Good evening, folks. Welcome back. It's time for another late night live stream here on the Yeehaw channel. Hope you're doing good. Big shocker. Can you guess what this game is? Yeah, we're going to be continuing on this. Last time we left off in the middle of a bit of an investigation. We need to go correct this fucking clown. Alright. Herlock Sholmes just spewed out some bullshit. Start cleaning up his mess. Hey, Big Cat, good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while since I saw you in here. Good to have you. So, where were we? Was it true that what you said about the bank over the road and what it has and its fault? Right. So we have this fucking Zappelli looking ass motherfucker came in here trying to steal something, possibly commit crimes. Who knows? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence. The strictest government secrets, yes. But you just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly, in fact. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it is because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all. Oh my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. Dude, this fucking guy. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again, and see if we can massage it into shape. Yes. She sure is excited. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning. Sholmes is very... Honestly, being proven wrong again and again, he's taking this quite well. He seems to be enjoying being corrected over and over again. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Actually... First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured into this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. Nani? So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job, so he could dig down through the floor. What the fuck? Yes, in an attempt to tunnel the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Alright, let's take a look around. Oh, what is this on the back? A little doodle. Little doodle here of Gina? It's kind of cute. Oh, look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade, height 5'2", green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness, there's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Some sketch. Although, if you showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of his shop have been written down here too. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th April. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Yeah, who gave it to him? Who knows all that about her?
Take that!
Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery here. Oh. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Winterbank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat. You know, I'm wondering how this is like actually happening in real time, because the guy's just standing here, right? Mr. fucking Eggs Benedict is just letting me go around him all 360, seeing all the angles, you know, inspecting everything he has. No retaliation. Maybe that's my power. That's my special lawyer power in this game. I can freeze time. Zawardo. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. Cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. But a rot. I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. No. Okay, this one's like the easiest thing to disprove, right? It's literally on the, in big gold letters, AG. What's a ferrule? It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement. Yes, exactly. Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. It doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. But the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. All right. What you looking at, boyo? Initialing. Look here, Mrs. Sato. There are some letters on the handle. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So, Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously... Oh. AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? obviously not right.
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. Most astute observation. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said before that you had the cane for years. Dude, that was a fucking... That was a twirl and a half. Spin to win, baby. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Is his real name going to be another breakfast food? AG. What breakfast food starts with A? I'm at a loss here. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you have inadvertently facilitated the answer to the next conundrum to prevent itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yeah, let me see your rod. Show rod. Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. The handle. It's not the handle. Consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed a fine-looking overcoat. Now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. We know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description. It suggests that everything he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Oh. There's a tear in his coat. What the hell is this?
Take that!
It doesn't actually fit him. This split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ugh. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. This bastard tore her coat. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. Dude, this fucking pose gets me every time. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. How do you lie baldly? He's mauling. This catalog of untruths has all been for very one specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with a redeemed item. Dude, I love how Sholmes just casually revealed the whereabouts of a vast government trove of money. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? This guy's poses are even more ridiculous. Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I have possibly known the relevant details? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword pertaining to the pawned property of another. Simply read it. The method is revealed by the counsel. Notice on the counter on which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Direction of deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers, which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yeah, it wasn't written on the paper. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windibank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know the word, Mr. Windibank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Well, there's quite a bit of documentation here. What is this? Notelet. Look at this, Mr. Sato. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windibank has scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. This guy writes down his passwords. Well, I guess it only makes sense. He has so many for different people. But just leaving it out like that? Come on. Mr. Windibank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
Take that!
Dude, the sound design of like the glass shattering and the music, I don't even know what to call it. I'm not a sound engineer. I think it's like a drop, you know. It's so good. Like that, you know? The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. So he just left the password, note out on the table. All exposed for everyone to see. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. Oh, he does that? That's even worse. Can't you just remember the word they say? I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present at the shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and observed her talking to Mr. Windibank. Then the diligent broker made a note of the watchword as is his common practice. He observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Be quite serious. For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this particular postcard tells us all we need to know. Does it? The articles we were talking about, the overcoat and the music box disc was in one of the pockets. Which, according to Mr. Winterbank, isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? Better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. Let's examine this. In the back. Ooh. For McGilded? Oh, he's back. He's back from the dead. His shadow haunts us. Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck to the reverse side of the disc. Look. Scribbled word or two. Looks like somebody's name. Or McGilded. I knew this fucking guy would come back in somewhere for him. Like, he's dead, but like, surely that mystery has to be solved, you know? They can't just leave him to die unsolved. We need to find out who did it. McGilded? Couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget, for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? Alright, folks. We have what we need.
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. So, what if we put it in the correct player then? The correct music box? Maybe it's going to be a secret code or something. What's that on the back? It reads, for McGilded. Ugh. Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his lone mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? He dresses like him, that's for sure. Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature, in fact. He was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeezed yourself into. Is it? I feel like even he would be too short for that. Like if McGilded wore that, it would touch the floor. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. The final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Solved. Elementary. Make a great team, and by team I mean it's just me. I did all the work. Well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mrs. Sato. Well, according to what Mr. Winterbank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? And Gina was able to redeem it. So how did Gina get the information and the watchword? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today. Would have been 15th February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposit at 10:30 p.m., I see. 15th of February? What happened then? Was that when he died? What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th February. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. Right, we never even figured out who actually committed the murder on the omnibus. At 10:30 in the evening. It's precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Well, 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 you're coming with us. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... Oh, shit. Wait. Chekhov's gun. Fucking Windibank. Why do you just leave that on the table? I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What do I do? Absolutely not. You know what? There's only one bullet in that thing. I'm betting it's not on the right chamber, or whatever you call it. There's some things a man must protect at all costs. This may be, well, one of those things. And again, it may not. Oh, it's his own gun. Okay. I thought he just took the gun from the table. This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life. Mr. Winbank, no. All right, that's enough. Ooh. Hey. Fish and chips guy. Inspector Gregson. Inspector. That's right, sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. Got it as fast as we could. Now, what's this all about, eh? Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life for my very own establishment. Would seem you have the upper hand. Right. You load up some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windibank very nearly met with his end. Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell. You worry about him more than me? I could have died. And old Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What? What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter. It's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ugh! He's getting away! Oh my god. He knows how to spin to win. He did the forbidden technique. His eye frames are crazy. Get after him, lads. Whistle the beat officer, too. How graceful. Like a dancer. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector. I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Mourning. Oh, yes? I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilda's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is, mine. Sorry, miss. But anything belonging to Mr. McGilden has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. It still has my blood on it. Or whose blood was on it? I think it's the guy's. Yeah. Yeah, Benedict's blood. And so, we handed Mr. McGilden's disc over to Inspector Gregson. We were summarily turfed out of the shop and out into the street. Is that it? To be continued? To be continued. Huh. I didn't expect that section to be over so soon. I wonder what's next. It has to be some other kind of investigation, right? I guess this section was dedicated to the Great Deduction. The oh-so-great deduction by our very smart, very intelligent Mr. Sholmes. I swear, playing all these detective games just makes me want the new Somnium Files game to come out sooner. I don't remember if they gave an exact release date when they revealed it. I remember looking for its Steam page and not seeing it. Iris was in a bunny outfit for some reason. Oh, she has the coat back at least. With the tear in it, though. See, that's why I hate grown-ups. All I do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you. Oh, really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the Dean let me keep it, after I looked daggers at him for long enough. I gotta say, she does look good in it. He went through the pockets and then said, come on, then have it, before telling me to scarp her. Always pays off giving people a look like you ate them. Can't help feeling that it's going to get you into some serious trouble one day. What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc bind. The music box disc? Mr. Windibank said it was practically worthless. You think I'm going to go and have another bash? My long, hard stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windibanks again today. Why not? That's not fair. Can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now, taking a statement from Mr. Windibank. But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. Something else? That's what that rotten cove said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine too. Whatever it is. Yeah, she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Eh? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. A little guest. Look, Gina, I feel like you could use the free dinner. How could you say no? No, Ta. Oh. Why would I come to your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? Oh, there she goes. Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering. Perhaps she might turn up anyway. Oh, she's definitely going to be back. Interesting. When she has a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guests at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you. A surprise? Oh, how exciting. What is it? You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Sato. Until later then. Huh. Okay. That's it? Where are we going to now? Not the pawnbrokery. Are we going home? No? Like Sholmes' suite? Guess we are. I don't know why the game wouldn't just send us back there automatically. If that was the only place we could go. Ah, Susie and Runa, come in, come in. To prepare my throw over this damn voice again. Good afternoon, Iris. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on, hee hee, you'll never guess. The person who stole your shit. Look at those little eyes of hers shining. Oh dear, it is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny, isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news. Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea. Can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Oh yes, that does sound like fun. I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate, are you, Mr. Naruto? By the way, Iris, what's Sholmes up to? Come on. I'm sure it's a useful skill. Really? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. I beg that you won't speak to me. What's this now? Why are you depressed again? Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that. Do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yes, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Harry does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yeah, who's the parent, huh? Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it. Man, this fucking man-child Sholmes has to be taken care of by a 12-year-old. Is she 12? Or is she younger than that? I think she's younger than that, honestly. She's 10. She's fucking 10. A 10-year-old doctor. Huh? Degree in medicine? I wonder where her real parents are. They got him. She had parents, but they got him. What's the matter, Runa? You have ever such a funny look on your face. Hey, that's racist, you know. Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes? You're wondering? Am I right? Ow, how did you... Oh, Runa, I can read you like a book. Ugh, this girl's dangerous. Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind. Alright, ask I shall. I like how the ends of your little drills are hearts. It's a funny design. Alright, well, guess we'll start with Ginny. So by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilda case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. Oh, they're friends. How cute. They already had dinner. Now we're the best of friends. Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. I chase after her down down the back alleys. Oh, a little game of tag between friends. Just like friends do. Interesting idea of friendship. Then I let her have the latest colored smoke grenade I've developed. Oh. There's so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants to make a whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Mrs. Strahd keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. He always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. You shot him with it? Poor Hurley. Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited. So she does actually come. Oh no. Well, I don't have a bad feeling that she might not come when we find out that she's dead or something. Oh no. Why do I feel like that was a red flag line? I'm sure you've been wondering why that is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind. That and where are your real parents? Oh, she got all serious. My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore. See, I was right. They got him. Dude, she's locked in. Her face, she's all serious now. Mommy passed away when I was born. Oh. Oh. And around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Yes, Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together. Oh. Oh, so there was another Wilson. I mean, obviously there was another Wilson, but like the first Wilson who worked with Sholmes is like kind of like the Watson we know, right? Ah, she didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the middle chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases. No, Watson's dead. That's so sad. I guess his daughter picked up after him, right? Also recording the cases that he works on now. Okay, I like that. That's a nice twist on the Sherlock Holmes canon, I suppose. Oh yes, I mean it's always nice to have one, isn't it? I mean, I was under the impression that they just gender bent and then aged down Watson for the heck of it, you know? Because, you know, you gotta have a cute anime girl to market. So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. It only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. And found your father's memoirs? Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. Oh, voice. Then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father. Why would you want to hide them from the daughter? Maybe he wanted to wait for the right time? Honestly, though, with a daughter like her, any time would have been right. She's a fucking doctor. All right, she's smart enough for anything, really. Look at that huge noggin of hers. So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner.
I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean,
He must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age.
Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh?
Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually.
Oh, so it's her writing from the perspective of her late father.
I don't know, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he's solved the case, it all but vanishes from his mind.
Oh, I see.
The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
I can say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson.
Yep. John Wilson, eh? John Watson.
I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see.
I think the actual John Watson, the actual character, yeah, he was a doctor, which led me to believe that she was actually like their version of him. Well, I mean, kind of is, but like, well, you see now. You know what I'm talking about. You're smart enough, right? I'm sure you are. So, Watson and Sherlock Holmes, if I remember correctly, was a war doctor. Right, he was at some war and then came back. I think he injured himself or something, I don't know. And that's when he started hanging out with Sherlock Holmes.
That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
At 10, Iris's father went to some distant land. There's a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Called now here, Travrinosuke Naruhodo. It's been a while since I saw this judge. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was... Oh, shit. Oh. What? That guy was Watson? That's right, visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. Oh. What a fucking twist. I'm pogging out, man. Holy shit. Okay. I'm ashamed I didn't connect the dots. But I feel like it would have been too obvious if they actually kept the name Watson, right? Like in the end, them changing the names of the Sherlock Holmes characters worked out for them because it'll keep the twist a surprise somewhat, unless somehow you can remember that the girl's name is Wilson, and it's like, oh, Wilson, is there Watson? And then who the fuck's gonna remember the name of the victim in the prologue case, you know? Holy shit. Bravo. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. So, it's been, how long has it been since that case? He died? That long ago. Mrs. Sato. Yes, perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Oh, my dear fellows, how good to see you. This guy, this fucking guy, he's not okay. Eek, Mr. Sholmes. If I also remember correctly, the real Sherlock Holmes is a big fan of, drugs. Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really? John H. Wilson. I cannot stop thinking of that. That's... my mind is fucking blown. My God. It was all right there. All the pieces were there. Low-key, I'm having trouble even remembering what it looks like. It's been that long. Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? So, is that why Sherlock Sholmes was on the boat with us? Was he traveling with John Wilson? Right. Went to a faraway land to work on a case, and then he died. So he came back without his friend. The parallels. Ryunosuke is like a foil to Sholmes. They both lost a friend on the journey to on the way to Britain. And we both have younger girl assistants for some reason. Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? Oh, my violin? Whatever you're talking about, dear madam. Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. What? What do you mean, never mind that? I mean, the violin looks okay. Behold, my dear fellows. Silver. Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Mrs. Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc. That's not the right one. Oh my. Then what's it doing here? You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable talent for detection, I may well even be more adept at larceny. He stole it. Great.
Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our missing crime notifications.
Yes, I'd be delighted. You'll do anything for these people, Sasato. Love you for that. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Alright. It doesn't look like the same disc to me. I don't understand. How did a disc come to be in your possession? Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. Chocolate? Caramel? That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. The one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking that whatever it is of Mr. McGilda's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh yes, of course. But at least demand something as evidence, my dear fellow. We have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. In the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It's precisely at that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. Pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this. You copied it. Oh shit. That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image of the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft when making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary! Can make a good tooth impression out of that. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. Simple press, and its unique form is duplicated. You can enter anyone's property at will, and never without a high sucrose nourishment. Ah, yes. This guy is way too powerful. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Alright. What do we have? Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. Says that so confidently. No idea. Yeah, he doesn't have the right machine, right? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Bruno?
Ooh, we get the diagram here.
It's not a music box. There's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound.
Oh, a little music box remix of the Sholmes theme.
Small protuberance plucked the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented use a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs just these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. We have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why. Actually, I tested the discs in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. Beautiful. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I'm presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one?
That's early for you. Always taking things too far.
But, my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. Surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, brute forcing it. Surely the great Herlock Sholmes can think of a better way of figuring it out than just brute forcing it. Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Yes, I'll move out just for you. Hell no. Agnes McGilded, not a name expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Is it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows still now. Dude, he's fucking locked in. He knows something we don't. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. But the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved, was buried. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. Yeah, I mean, unsolved. Who killed him? The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. Still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGill was found not guilty through my defense, still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. Smug bastard. The plot thickens. Grab your popcorn, folks. We're in for a good one. It appeared the case is not yet closed. Clearly wasn't. To be honest with you guys, I completely forgot that that case remained a mystery. I thought this would be a completely new story. This makes sense.
Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
And before she doesn't come because something terrible happened to her. Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windibank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh, yes. The idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windibank's storeroom, gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it. More secure than a bank's vault.
What about your Stradivarius, Harry? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Bakerville story, Hurley?
What sounds exciting? The Hound of the Baskervilles. I would love to read it. What? Was it something she said?
Ah!
What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title?
Well, that's because Mrs. Sato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand. She snuck a peek?
That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see?
So that's why the manuscript was at Windibanks.
Yet, how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Oopsie. Made a whoopsie. Ah! What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Oh. How perfectly timed. Oh, it's good she's not dead. They had me scared for a minute. Miss Lestrade. Oh, this was a bad idea. I knew I wasn't welcome. I'm going. No, wait, Miss Lestrade. We're all eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris?
Oh, yes. Just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie.
She's gonna get a little puff of smoke in the head for that.
It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is, then. Oh, Kitty. Hello. Wagga hi. Meow. So cute. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Come on, at least describe the meal. Show a picture of it. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome, and Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Great. Now I can take evidence even better. Steal evidence from people's pockets. Crime scenes. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. It was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Iris's cooking was truly divine.
I feel as though I can hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court.
Do it.
Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder?
What's the matter, Sato-san? It's about the telegram I received. Oh, that. Ah, the one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. Forgot about that. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? Telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. You? You alone? The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruto-san. I've been summoned alone. Oh no, something... She better be safe. Something bad better not happen to her. Wait. If she's this game's Maya, I bet I'm gonna end up defending her this time. Right? That's what Maya always does. She always gets herself in a pickle. You have to defend her. That's what's gonna happen. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Ugh, whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Uh-oh. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Ah, Iris. Hello again. Oh, it's you.
Gina, too.
No, wrong voice. Yes, Ginny's gonna stay with us tonight. Wrong voice again.
Ginny's gonna stay with us tonight. She's gonna sleep in with me.
You came here just to tell me that?
Isn't that right, Ginny?
Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea.
You know, I've learned so much today.
Oh, what in particular?
All the things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
Oh, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could learn it. Earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Man, what's a genius doctor, inventor, 10-year-old talking about making a living off of pickpocketing?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine.
Oh my, however did you... Told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I've forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Ah, thank you.
Alright then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny?
I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this.
Yeah, me too. Ha ha ha.
Oh. Thanks, guys. It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. How do you know? Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you?
Aren't you going to tell me?
I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. What? To confess?
Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward.
Oh no, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what all this is about, really, but... The story you made up, is it, Iris? This mantle script or whatever you call it.
It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Oh. So you she doesn't write them all in chronological order. Like sometimes she writes about the stuff Sholmes just did. Sometimes she chooses a story from the diaries.
That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's
I cannot talk.
assistant once. His partner.
Eh?
They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now, then?
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land. And be gone a very long time. So I never really met him.
Oh, right. Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Iris, this Hound of the Baskervilles story, I take it it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts.
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. In the other cases, I mean.
Oh, how?
Well, I don't really know. But it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, it turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that.
Pains me to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris, but this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
Why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say, not now. So please do not ask me.
All right then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. That's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Brinderbank, is it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe.
That really gets my goat, that does. She's treating you like a child. Well, yeah, she is. I mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Eh? He said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it. Sure, there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. They can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it. What?
Hurley's lying to me?
I don't know about that. Alright, let's talk to Gina. Where is she? There you are. Posing all cool. 24/7. I realize I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. They got them too. I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look, East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born, not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones, make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, diving's my life. I love it. Get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. That's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. Would it be like to have parents, I mean? I always thought it'd make everything right. But having listened to what Iris just said, sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh,
I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you always want to meet them.
it's true. I do want to see Daddy so much.
Oh, Iris. Oof. Shit's tough. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he popped that mental script or whatever, right? Come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. That story was really in old Winterberg's storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, can know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Well, I'm telling you.
But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
I think you just need to explain yourself, Sasato. Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that mantle script ain't at Winterberg's. You soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. And Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them.
If I'm honest, I've wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes.
See?
Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hid my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Hound of the Baskervilles. That's an actual Sherlock Holmes story, right? Not that I've ever read it myself.
Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs.
Have fun at your sleepover. Yeah, all right.
Please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist.
Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie.
You're going to be so weirded out by the traditional Japanese breakfast she makes.
Good night, then.
Actually, would she even have ingredients for that? Iris. Sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruhodo-san. Good night. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. Can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. The lady that killed him, the Swan Lady, is she gonna come back? Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. Oh, what's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Mrs. Strahd. She's gone. Oh no. Oh no. Something bad is going to happen to her. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She's probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received a distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Mrs. Sato. No, I don't believe the girl's gone home. But I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. You'll indulge me. Look out the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? What? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windibank's? Oh no. Oh, girl. You're gonna get yourself arrested again. It's simple. If that story was really in old Windibank's storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. Could she have gone? Seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no. No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Mrs. Sato? Oh, she's up. Damn, okay. Squad, move out. 1:14 a.m. Alright, give me a sec. Clear the nose again. The door's open. And the lamp is burning. Must be Gina, mustn't it? Unless it's not. Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Oh boy. Oh no. That's blood on the wall. On the calendar. Oh, yes. There he is. Bang. Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But... after them. Go! Right. Come on, I gotta use that sword for something. This is the time. If any time, it's now. Blast. Lost them. Shit. Hello. What have we here? The arm was raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? Policemen close behind me, I ran back to Windibank's. I could see their silhouettes, like a tall guy and a short guy, looking Tweedledee and Tweedledum over there. Anime. Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Gina, are you okay? It's fucking locked. Bust it down, dude. Oh shit.
It's Gina.
I forgot that. Naruhodo sounds like that. Well, at least she's the one that's alive. And we're defending her, it seems. Nothing bad could ever happen to Gina. She's basically our daughter now too, you know? Dude, this is hype. Wait, another shot? Huh? Oh, we just saw this. Behind that door, the storeroom. Hurry. So the door was locked. Oh no. She had the gun in her hand? This isn't good, folks. From that moment, Windibank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Oh, hello. Oh, Iris.
A telegram came, but all it said was wait at home.
Oh, I'm guessing this is for Sasato? Oh, yes. We asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It's simply impossible to come back. No, it was for her. Okay.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Harley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Runo?
Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. Oh, poor thing. Explain everything that I know.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Alright. Ends up Windibanks. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
I saw all those police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there.
No. Look at her. She's trying so hard not to cry. We entered Windibanks in the small hours. We disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the street and I chased after them, but got away.
So it was one of them who shot Mr. Windibank, I suppose.
I don't know, but it's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see? Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Well, thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know. None of us think she did it.
Why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. We'll go to that one.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What other 2 thugs up at the scene? Why weren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Harley dead, didn't they?
No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris. Ugh.
This is all so horrible.
Thing is, Mr. Windibank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles, and the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well,
Oh no.
according to detectives who investigated afterwards.
Don't tell me there was no one else in the room.
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only one explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well,
Ugh, what can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. Alright, well, Sholmes is not dead at least. I hope.
so what's Hurley then? Is he still investigating at the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windibanks, a gun was fired, and he took a bullet.
Really? Was shot? No. No.
It's all right. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Siner's. They're attending to him there.
I must see him at once.
Sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? It's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
Ugh. Oh no. I mean, it's a bullet extraction, but ugh, we live in a world without anesthesia. It's the two thugs who were at Mr. Windibank's shop. Shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It's pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! Dude, I was slacking. After that, I ran out into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen them which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris. Susanna's okay, at least.
It's Susie, Bruno.
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Weren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. Mrs. Sada stayed behind the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station.
Does that mean Iris is going to be accompanying me? Is she going to be my assistant for now? I'm afraid I'll need to go out again, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder, but I don't want to leave her alone here either. All right then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh, yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
Don't forget, we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
Oh, I can see you're ready for action. You're goggled up. A little heart in between the eyes. That's cute. What did I say? I should appreciate going to the hospital sooner than later. Alright. Guess we'll go. Oh, you can see Wilson has a little comment now too. That's cute. Little details. I wonder if she has anything to say about the stuff in my room.
That's cruel. only letting it have one eye.
Yes, but it's because I don't consider myself a good enough lawyer yet, you see? Once I become a fully fledged lawyer, Mrs. Sato will color in the other eye for me.
Well, in that case, why not color in the other eye now? And then every time you win a new case, give it an extra eye. You can never have too many eyes, you know?
Call me crazy, but I'd never considered that. Now I want to know what Iris has to say about everything.
Hurley's desk is far worse, you know?
I'm sure I'll try. If I try hard enough, I can make my desk as messy as Mr. Sholmes.
I wonder.
You don't think I can?
Well, it takes a certain genius to reach that level of disorder, you know?
The path to true mess is long and arduous, it seems. It's spring at last, and the weather's warmer now. I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, how about some tea, Rudo?
Wait, that's such a cute, like, little insulated... What do you... Tumbler? I forgot. Thermos? Oh, thanks for the drink water. I needed that. I have not taken a sip for a while. Thanks, Iris, but I'm alright for now. Green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover.
Sure. You know, I always have plenty whenever you're feeling thirsty.
Spade has been here since we started renting the place. Let me guess, she's gonna say shovel, not spade.
No, that's not a spade, it's a shovel.
You're a shoveler, are you? I had a feeling you'd pick me up on that.
Oh no, pick is something else entirely.
And now I've dug myself into an even deeper hole. Har 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 har. Oops. I hope the next game, The Great Ace Attorney 2, has a spade and shovel bit too. It needs to stay. Alright, what does she have to say about Susato's desk?
Oh, this looks like a telegram.
It is, but you mustn't open it. Not under any circumstances.
Alright, I won't. Now then, let's see.
No, what did I just say? You mustn't open it.
Don't worry, I won't. This special concoction I developed, I'll be able to see through the envelope without having to open it.
No, that's not allowed either.
Oh, I'm sure it's something important.
Little geniuses sure can be mischievous. We're rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones too.
Apparently, tanks like those were very popular in London before I was born.
Oh, you mean they're not anymore?
I think people discovered it was too much effort to clean them out and change the water all the time.
I can believe that. Prawns and anemones are fun for a while. Do you know, I've never seen inside Mrs. Sato's room. I've had someone just put my head around the door.
Oh, Susie often invites me up. It's so much fun.
Really? Oh, what's her room like?
I can't tell you that.
Oh,
Young Maiden's private chamber is the place of bittersweet secrets, you know?
where have I heard that before? I suppose some things are the same world over. Alright. Let's go. Actually, what the hell am I hanging on from the ceiling? The onions? It's not like a bushel of onions? Okay. Okay. Wow, we have so many locations. We have to scroll through them. It's always quiet when Hurley's not around. Love attic rooms, don't you? They're so exciting. This place feels different to normal today for some reason. Yeah, for some reason. Alright. Let's go to the hospital. Make sure our buddy's alright. Where's Sholmes?
Hurley! Oh.
he's not here. No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Harry was being a big baby. The bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he'd been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe or not. There's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh,
Hello, what have we here? This ward is off limits. No visiting. So what are you doing here, eh?
well, I'll have you know, we're Harry's next of kin.
We? Eh? Oh, well, begging of your pardon then, ma'am. Sir? Little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. Great mystery solver has a mysterious family, eh? That's how you see us. Sure. I refuse to call that man my father. If anything, I'm his daddy.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Harry?
I believe he's currently operating in the operating theater, ma'am. Undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
Has been several hours since he went in.
Oh dear, is he going to be alright?
Well, doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic, that is. Oh boy. Oh no. Dude's kicking and screaming.
Oh,
I better report that the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is. Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume that he won't be back here for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
poor Harry.
Well, I guess we'll just do that then. Prison? Sholmes Suite? Where do we go? Let's go to prison. Everyone's favorite. We'll see Gina. Still doing the pose. Hello, Gina. Wait, they let you keep that in there?
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Harry and I made.
I wish she wouldn't point it at me all the time, though. What are you here for?
Ginny,
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you. Oh, well, you can't. Sorry? You heard? Get lost.
don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't.
You think you know me? Pull the other one.
Oh,
I got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw the chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay me hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am.
but Ginny,
Be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. So it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need a lawyer. I don't need no one. She couldn't be staring at me anymore, obviously, if she tried.
why are you being like this, Ginny?
Why are you being difficult? I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away? He wanted me to sign some papers. Representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway. The whole trial. Pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Why do you think that?
That's how it's always been for me growing up in the back slums. My whole life. You do what the grown-ups tell you and get your mates dragged off by the coppers, or worse. That might have happened to me before and all. I've been sold out and nearly snaffled on the back of it. Can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you're gone to grass. Dead. Gina, listen. You like tomorrow's trial? I could forget it.
Ginny? Don't you trust Bruno?
Nah, I don't. What? We broke bread together. What was that all about? Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone. I wonder why she doesn't want to be defended. There's no way she really thinks she did it. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night, at the pawnbroker's. There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. The old bloke walked in on me and, you know the rest.
But why, Ginny? Why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work. Half the time you don't even get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else? Oh, give it a rest. Maybe she did want to find the manuscript. I like how half of her face is covered by the bar. That's funny. What would be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference.
Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is.
Believe me. Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. But what do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies? Let me guess, you're not an orphan. What do you mean before, Gina? When you said you were the biggest liar of the lot. Why don't you tell us what those unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help? Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now. Wow, how convenient.
Ginny, please.
Oh yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by. A cat picture. How cute. That's not Wagahai though. It's very similar though. Same eyes. Photographic print of a really adorable cat. Found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it. Oh, really? Maybe that was the other thing that was important. Right? Both Eggs Benedict and Gina said that there was a second thing of value in the coat that they wanted. Maybe it's that picture.
I wonder what little photograph like that was doing in a pocket of that overcoat.
Did she realize it? Did she know what she was looking for? Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye.
Oh, Ginny.
White cat photograph. I really want to inspect this thing. Aha! It's not just a photograph. One small box, 10 shillings. Redemption date. 13th April, 9 p.m. Article deposit, one small box. One small box? What does the top say? I don't know. Look in the back of this print here. Something written on it.
13th February, 9 p.m. Article deposit. One small box. Loan amount paid, 10 shillings. Redemption deadline, 13th April, 9 p.m.
So this photographic print is a redemption ticket.
13th February? That could be significant. It's just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it?
Small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
Bruno, Mr. McGilda stole the ticket, and presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop?
Oh, yes. Something McGill deposited. We need to investigate. Alright, let's look at the kitty. This is an adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wakahai. I always thought that cats like to curl up inside under the heated kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different. Alright, well, if that's how it is, Gina, we'll leave you alone. Wonder if there's anything in here that we can look at. No. Alright, let's go to Baker Street then. Oh, 3D horse. Still Scotland Yard carriage outside Windibanks.
Never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home.
Poor Iris, she's very upset by all this. I'm sorry, I was there. I should have done more.
None of this is your fault, Runo. So please, don't apologize.
But yeah, you had the chance to use your samurai training, and you flubbed it.
The criminals are to blame for all this, so let's investigate and work how to catch them.
Yes, you're right. Alright, well, I guess that's it here. Unless there's something on the side of the street? No. Yeah, it looks like the calendar got struck by a bullet. Blood on there too. This was there before Sholmes got shot. So who got shot next to the calendar? That is the question. Oh shit, they're moving around. People actually moving around in an Ace Attorney game? In the scene? Live? This is unprecedented. That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that. Oh, it's you. Oh, Inspector. Good morning. I suppose I also thank you for your vigilance last night. Got the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Thought you'd assigned extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough policemen on duty.
Oh, your ladyship. I forgot their relationship was like this. No one told me you were coming.
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital attending to him as we speak.
I don't think it's Runa's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am. As you say. I didn't think I'd be able to see what was under that hat. The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that? And that was easy. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, where are my manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice. Who is this guy? What? Why are you like this? Did you know John Wilson?
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me if you'd like some.
Glug, glug, glug. Ah, lovely. Thank you very much. I really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. Alright, well... the investigation. So, how's the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. Some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diva we arrested last night, in fact. Gina? You're gonna charge her? That's right. You should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid...
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you... Oh... How could you possibly know that? Her big peepers, her special eyes.
A feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Oh, yes. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. Mr. Strahd is being held at the prison. She should be. That's assuming she wasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. So they caught the guys that shot Sholmes, but they still think Gina's the one who killed Bundabank. Make it make sense. You told us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's been being operated on at St. Sinas. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visit at all.
Oh,
The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
oh no.
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so. But a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes back down. So Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know? Well, anyway, he's having an emergency surgery right now. We've got to stop that bleeding.
But will he be alright? Won't he? They'll be able to make him better?
Oh, of course, your ladyship. He'll be as right as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
Eh? How do I know? Well, because, of course. Oh, yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective. That's why. We better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear. Please don't die, Hurley.
No, you can't have your second dad die. I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out in the operating theatre. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with it, sunshine. Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper and we don't go for favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories, that's why. Oh. Crop up in him, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What did you write about the inspector, Iris? Flattering things?
I don't remember really.
One of Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders. That's how he put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you. Oh, that's amazing. All because of everyone at the Yard reads them. They read all the Sherlock Sholmes stories. They even set up a fan club for me. Gregson fans, where you at? Gregson goons. joined the Gregson Goons.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it would take was one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think that what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. Oh, I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost worrying about it.
That would never happen, Grexy.
Every month when the new Rents magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some light tea to settle your nerves.
Glug, 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 glug. Lovely. Thank you very much. Really hit the spot, your ladyship. Teetotal. Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, what is it? I've got an important message for you. Clean forgot about it until now. Important message? Wonder what it could be. Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector? Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your sister.
Dear Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She had to head off. Head off? Where? Strongheart. Yep. Ah, yes, of course. Forgotten about that. One of the Whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we finished questioning her. She asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and go and meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service. I see, well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. Better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Can we do much examining here? A spade and shovel?
Alright, then let's see what we can uncover.
Oi, what do you think you're doing, Sunshine? Can't touch anything in here. Oh, but we were hoping to investigate. There's a crime scene for Pete's sake. No touching.
What's the problem, Grexy? Runa's a lawyer, you know that.
No, I'm ever so sorry, your ladyship, ever so sorry. The rules and regulations are a thorn in my side. Of course, if Mr. Renard was to have been properly appointed by accused, that'd be another matter. The accused? If you could show me some representation papers, I'd be only too happy to let you nose around.
Hear that, Runo? You need Ginny to sign some representation papers.
Looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way. Can't even look at this calendar.
What over here?
Now, what did I tell you, eh, you black-haired blighter? Hands off my crime scene, Sunshine. That's gotta be a slur. Her ladyship can do no wrong, though, I suppose. If you want to be allowed to investigate, I'm going to need to see some representation papers. Got it? Looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way. Alrighty. Fine.
Oh well.
Alright then. Let's move out, I suppose. New location. Here we go. Susie's waiting. We need to go and meet her. This place again. Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive. I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust. Yes, thank you very much. Who's this? What are they talking about? There they are, Susato-san and Lord Strongheart. What are you scheming, Strongheart?
Wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
You know what? We also never got to figure out what Kazuma was here for yet, or what Kazuma was supposed to do. I mean, they got to do that in this game, right? In this case. Because this is the last one, I think. We barely mentioned Kazuma, like the past 3 cases. Very good. There's nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Wait, they're sending you home? Wait, what did he just say? You return to your homeland? Susato-san! Ah! Oh no. The birds.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
What was that all about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Mrs. Sato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow?
Tomorrow? What about Ginny's trial? You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
This is no good. Was this all planned? We might have to find out next time. Because I'm gonna go end the stream. Seems like a pretty good place to stop. If I do say so myself. Save the game before I forget. Good night to you too, Pig Cat. Thanks for hanging out. Sticking around. You're a real one for that. Alrighty. Well, with Susato all sad here, I'm sorry we have to leave you like this. We'll end for tonight. You're very welcome, Pig Cat. Glad you enjoyed. Yeah, we'll figure out what's going on in the next stream. Until then, thank you all for watching. Hope the rest of you enjoyed it as much as I have. Be back at the usual time. So don't you worry. Well, until then, have a great rest of your night. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe and be well.